You know those moments when you see something, maybe a movie or a show, and it just completely changes how you see your own passion? Well, that's exactly what we're diving into today. It's a story about a creator, a quiet spring evening, and this totally unexpected wake-up call from public TV, of all places.
I was hit with a gut punch. I mean, wow. That's what the husband in our story felt after watching a movie. A gut punch. That's not exactly what you'd call a 5-star review for a cozy night in, is it? So you gotta ask, what happened here? What could make someone feel that way?
So, let's set the scene. It's one of those perfect spring nights, you know? The air just feels fresh and new, and our main character, this husband who's absolutely passionate about making things, he's just settling in. This is a guy who just lives for that creative spark. And this really gets at the heart of who he is, or who he usually is. Normally, he's got this super confident, I just found something amazing vibe going on, right? Totally fired up about his projects. But this night, yeah, that guy was gone. In his place was someone quiet, humbled, just completely lost in his own head. And it all kicked off so innocently. He's just scrolling through his recorded shows, feeling pretty proud of himself, and he lands on this anime movie, A Few Minutes of Yell. He's got that look on his face, you know the one, like he's just found this hidden treasure that no one else knows about. Looked like the perfect way to wrap up the day. Or so he thought.
Okay, so this is the turning point. The movie starts playing and boom, everything changes. His whole vibe just shifts. This isn't just him kicking back and watching a movie anymore. Nope, this thing is hitting him on a really, really personal level.
It was this one line. This was the moment that did it. A character in the movie says, I want to create something, to move someone's heart with what I've made. And for a guy like our husband, a creator, well, that's not just a line in a script, that's everything. It's the whole reason you do what you do.
And watching him react was pretty wild. First, he's all in. He actually whispers, yes, and clenches his fist. He's totally on board with what the character is saying. But then, it all just fades into this heavy silence, and he starts to turn red. And it's not like he's angry, it's this weird mix of being inspired and all of a sudden really, really embarrassed.
Because he had this sudden realization, the kind of passion he was seeing on screen, that raw, unstoppable need to create, it felt like it was from a whole different universe compared to his own process. In that one moment, he saw something in the movie that he was terrified he didn't have in himself.
So as you can imagine, this kicks off a major and very serious soul-searching session right there on the couch. He starts pulling apart his own creative process piece by piece and holding it up against the soul that he just saw in that movie.
And this just lays out the conflict perfectly. On one side, you've got his method. It's fun, it's modern, he's working with his little AI pals he nicknamed Chappie and Nobu-san. But on the other side, you've got the movie's version, this raw, all-in human passion. And all of a sudden, his fun, experimental way of doing things felt like it was, well, missing something big, something really important.
And then he actually says it out loud. He admits, the commitment to work on it until I'm satisfied, I don't have that. Wow. I mean, that's just a moment of pure, brutal honesty, isn't it? And that's the kind of realization that can either completely break you or be the thing that changes everything.
And here's the best part. The real kicker. The movie that caused this whole identity crisis, it was on NHK, Japan's public TV channel. He kind of jokes that NHK has always been his content master, the one he learned from. He felt like Sun Wukong, the Monkey King, you know? Thinking he's this big shot who can take on anyone, only to find out he was in the palm of the Buddha's hand the entire time. Yep, he got totally schooled by his old mentor.
But this is where the story gets really interesting, because his wife, who's telling us all this, she sees this whole breakdown completely differently. For her, it's not a failure, it's not a defeat. She sees this frustration as, well, as a sign of something actually pretty amazing.
And her take on it is just so powerful. That awful feeling, that gut punch, the frustration, the embarrassment, that's not a sign of failure. It's the exact opposite. It is solid proof that you truly want to be better. It means you care so much about what you do that it hurts to see the gap between where you are and where you could be.
And this all circles back to this incredible Japanese concept, kodawari. And it's so much more than just commitment or perfectionism. It's this deep, personal standard you hold yourself to. A sincere, unwavering dedication to your craft that comes from the soul. And that is exactly what the husband felt he was missing. And here's the key thing to remember about kodawari. It's not something you just have. You can't just decide one day to have it. It's something that gets forged in the fire of these kinds of moments.
It literally grows from the seeds of that painful, gut-punching frustration. The struggle isn't a detour, it's the actual path. The pain is the fuel.
So as the night winds down, the husband puts down the remote, the inner battle is over, and it's settled into a kind of quiet acceptance. And he just says, softly, "Thank you, NHK, for teaching me a lesson." He's not crushed anymore. He's actually grateful for the wake-up call.
And the story closes with this beautiful little look into the future. His wife is already thinking the next time he sits down to create, she's going to gently tease him and ask, "So, got your Kodawari in there today?" It's just this perfect reminder that being a creator isn't about never feeling that gut punch. It's about taking that feeling and using it to pour just a little more of your soul into whatever it is you're making.